How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eddie Star Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for the zodiac sign Aries. You guys, today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be using two oracles, and today I'm going to start utilizing Friday as a spiritual read. I feel like it's very important for us to develop spiritually because everything else comes after that, right? And you're probably asking yourself, well, what are you talking about? You guys, this stuff is how we develop, right? When we develop our soul and we adopt principles within spirituality, that's when we start to develop every other portion of our lives. We are meant to, so there's a saying that goes around, and maybe you've heard it before, where it says that you are a human being, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So with that being said, you guys, what it's trying to tell you is that we're here as a test. We're also here to grow. Everything that we do is helping us develop within our higher self, right? We're here to learn lessons. And so what comes out with these two decks, the first one is the White Light Oracle. If you guys are readers, I recommend this deck. It's really awesome, very beautiful. It's very in-depth and detail. I will be using the book when I pull from those cards. I will also be using the Secret Language of Light. Highly recommend this deck as well. With all that being said, you guys, I'm going to get started. But I'm going to do this every Friday, you guys, so that we can learn something. We can grow from it as well, right? So I'm going to get started with the Secret Language of Light. Spirit, what do we have for the zodiac sign Aries? Spirit, what do we have for the zodiac sign Aries? Thank you. So we have two cards coming out. And we have, on the bottom of the deck, Ask Your Soul. So I'm going to start out with the two cards that popped out. It is Color, or Color, and Soul Name. Alright, so I'm actually going... I will start with just my intuitive, what I'm getting downloads. With Color, you guys, to me, I feel like Aries at this time period, you guys are approaching life from a new vantage point. You guys are starting to see... possibly events, people in a different way, right? Maybe even from a higher vibration. You're realizing that things in life are not just happenstance. You guys are coming from the aspect that there's more to it, right? Maybe you guys are even seeing people's energies as well, right? I am going to read out of the book for it, but first I have to find the book. I just had it too. Oh, here we go. It fell down. All right, guys. The first one is 40. All right, so it's a short one, so that's good. It says, vibrational impulses and light waves. Your perception of life is becoming more colorful. You are opening to a different colors and experiences. Color breaks up old black and white thinking and opens your heart to a beauty of life and love. The colors of the rainbow are variations of white light, reflecting the diverse experiences of life. And they are all valid. Each color of the spectrum has its own energetic vibrations that stimulate certain responses in healing. Different colors mirror your current physical, emotional, and spiritual state. Your soul uses the mirror to communicate your need to heal or to embrace balance. Get to know what colors you are attracted to and the ones that repel you. You are loved and you are loved, no matter how colorful you or another life is. That's amazing. Yeah, so it's like I said before, you guys, it's definitely coming from a vantage point. Also, with the thing with the colors as well, guys, maybe you guys are attracted to some colors and some that you are not. For me, it's interesting. I've been utilizing black and grays, which is, to me, they almost seem like dark colors, right? Or like low vibrational. But for me, it's more about protection. I actually have, maybe you guys seen in my videos where Aries, I've been literally wearing nothing but black t-shirts. I bought like 30 black shirts, so I don't wear the same thing every day. I just have a lot of black. So there might be and one of the things too, you guys, is when you want to work through chakras, healing certain chakra groups, you guys might even want to wear a certain color. You might even notice that you're wearing a lot of purple or blue, green. It just depends, right? Also too, I like how it said, it's like I said as well, it's embracing a new outlook at life. Maybe things are going to start being more vibrant for you. One of the ways too is to tell you is that we don't everything that we perceive in this world we can't see everything. Also, the mind will fill in things. There are like different eye tests where you can see, it can show you. I've seen it before where it's like you look at the dot, right? You see it for so many seconds, and then a picture shows up after it, and it is to tell you guys that your mind can make things up, and also that your eyes don't see everything. So it could tell you that this reality that we're in, you may not be seeing everything as is, right? It could also be talking about. I'm getting a call right now. It could also be talking about you guys. It's like, yeah, because it's like after you guys when you're looking at that dot for so many seconds and it turns over to the picture, it looks like it's in color. But once your guys' eyes adjust, it's actually just black and white. So it just depends on how we perceive things as well, right? So let's move on to soul name. I always say when I see this card, you guys, it's because I've asked this throughout my life, throughout my journey. And it may have something to do with me being adopted. It may have something with me never feeling like I belonged, right? I didn't feel like also just being here, doing certain things. I've always said to myself, why are we doing this? I feel like I saw at an early age that we are like sheep, right? Or like cattle, like we're just doing shit like a zombie or like mindlessly, right? One of those things I noticed, especially being in the army, it's like you do things that are just mindless, but or just on repeat, right? But they do that. It's effective when you guys, or when we as soldiers, once we're told something, you're supposed to do it. So you listen to orders, right? There's a purpose behind it. But even as people, right, like us just going to I always say it like this: us going to a 9 to 5. Going to work, coming back home, and a lot of us can't wait to open up the bottle and drink. A lot of us can't wait to, have fun. But I don't think it's like we have been programmed to just go to work and work for another person. But living outside of the matrix is doing something more for yourself, right? I always say a lot of us should go after our life purpose, because we all are meant to do something more with our lives. But that entails us to work through our fears. Sometimes we don't believe we have enough time. Sometimes we don't believe that there's just certain things that we need to work through. I say all that just to say this. I've always asked, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? And the soul name, maybe you've asked those questions, right? To me, it's like in the first parts of spirituality, you realize that you have a soul name. That soul name is a higher self. You have a purpose here on earth. Before you got here, there was a calling on your life. You are living in almost two different states, as it would be. And I don't mean like California and Nevada. No, I'm talking about Aries. I'm talking about you guys. There is a higher self and your guys' lower self, which is here. You're here as a test. This place is meant for you guys to grow spiritually, like I said before. I'm also going to read out of the book. It's talking about you guys, whether you want to call this heaven, whether you want to call this a higher self. It just depends, right? But you are, like I said before, a spiritual being having a earth experience, or let me see, we're at okay, soul name. It says, you are about to receive the name of your soul. Your soul name acts as a link between your inner and outer worlds, enabling you to merge authentic wisdom into your everyday experiences and create a life from your heart. You placed your soul name in your heart before you were born. As you explore your inner world in your open heart, you will discover the name of your beautiful essence. You are ready to awaken your heart and know its absolute fullness. You are safe to discover, connect, and receive. All your dreams and desires will be realized with an open heart. Ask for and to be open to receiving the name of your soul. It may arrive in a way you won't expect it, but when it comes, you will know it's authentic by the way it feels. Liberate your heart and soul. You are worth it. Yeah, so one of the things I want to say to you guys is, why is it important to know who I am? I'll just talk about me being adopted, right? I know my biological parents, but there's some people out there that have been adopted that don't know their biological parents, and they sometimes people don't want to know, but for me, you guys, it's important. If you know who you are and where you come from, you have a better inclination as to where you're going, what you want to do with your life, right? It makes more sense to know yourself on a deeper connection. So if we have a higher self, wouldn't it behoove us to know what that higher self is? To me, I start asking more questions. When I see these vibrations, these variances, because all these cards are equated back to transmissions of the soul. So the first question I ask is, where am I getting this guidance from? Where do these angel numbers come from? I am always asking the why. Why? Right? Why did I choose to come here? What am I supposed to do? Right? And then when those questions start to get answered, maybe you guys are like that as well, right? It's not good enough for you to just place the Bible in front of me and say, this is how it is. I want to know why. You're talking about a God. Who is God? You're talking about angels. I want to know who the angels are, right? I want to know how it works, the inner workings. And I haven't been able, my whole life, up until now, with spirituality, has been able to fill in a lot of the blanks, right? It's whether you want to call it New Age spirituality, this stuff has aided and helped me to fill in a lot of things that I've been asking the whole time. It just makes sense, right? A lot of us are born here, but we have a higher purpose here. One of the things, you guys, is you're probably asking, what is your soul name? What is your higher purpose? And, one of the things is, too, you guys, is that we have past lives. We've lived multiple lives. Whether you believe it or not, it just depends. But you guys might, some of you guys might be interested in past life regression. Also, I forget his name now. I forget his name, but there is a guy who wrote a book about past life regression. It's called Past Lives, Many Lives, Many Lives, something with Many Lives. He's on YouTube, but I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, guys. But he talks about past life regression. He'll actually come up when you guys put that in, so look that up. But I say this, you guys, because we can have many incarnations. You might have even been an ascended master in a past life, right? So it's like your higher self, you don't know who you are. You can have a high ranking. You can be someone who is literally on the throne, not on the throne, but by the throne of God, right? It's important to know that information, because you'll start to treat your life differently here, and you'll know that you have a higher purpose. We also have on the bottom of the deck, you guys, ask your soul. It's beautiful. When I see this immediately, guys, is I always talk about religious programming or dogma. I talk about this for a purpose. I grew up with the programming of religion, right? But even though me saying it like that, I almost talk about it in a negative aspect, and it's not negative. Many of the lessons that I've learned come from religion, come from the Bible. Some of the most ethical, beautiful lessons come from Yeshua, or Jesus Christ, right? He is one of the most outstanding teachers of compassion, empathy. Even just the way that the new spin that he gave on the New Testament is different from the Old Testament, right? He brought a new experience, is why he got sacrificed. But I always come from, when I look at this card, ask yourself, I think about ethics, codes, morals, right? And this doesn't I'm not talking about, religion. I'm talking about what we feel on the inside. When you ask your soul, when you ask yourself anything that you do within this world, like for me, you guys, when I had the spiritual awakening, I ask myself, is this right for my purpose, for my walk? And if it doesn't feel good or if it doesn't sound right, I will not do it. It's just that is the most important, valuable lesson that I've learned amongst many. But that, to me, you guys, is probably something that you're dealing with, right? And I equate this back to the 9 to 5. If you're doing a job that's killing your soul, that makes you feel miserable, that you just want to drink when you get home, that job is not meant for you to do here. You're meant to do something more. If you're around people and you ask yourself, why does my stomach hurt when I'm around this person? Why do I feel drained when I walk away from these people? That is your soul screaming to you that you should walk away. When we come from a place, when we start asking our heart, asking our soul, it will tell us so much more of what's going on, right, Aries? So it's beautiful. I do feel like you guys are in this place right now when you guys are seeing things in a new perspective, a new light. That's beautiful. Also, you guys are asking who I am, what am I supposed to be doing? And two, you're asking what is right for me, what is true to me. I am going to read what is Ask Your Soul, and then I'll pull one card from the White Light Oracle. So 16, let's see. I love the work that this person, or what's her name? Let's see. I don't remember her name, but the person that did the work for this card, they just did such an immaculate job. It says, wise questions create wise answers. Something you've asked for will soon turn up in your life. Every time you request something, you plant a seed in your quantum field, or a vibrational reality, where it begins to grow and move toward you. This is how we create and expand consciousness. Asking is the first step. We're talking about law of attraction right now, right? Asking is the first step in any creation. It only needs you to be about 10% of the creative process. But somehow, most of us make it about 90%. Well, let me read that again. It only needs to be about 10% of the creative process, but somehow we make it most of us make it about 90%. If we don't see any evidence of our desires are coming into existence, we keep asking. This holds us in a place where the answers can't be heard. What you desire is on its way. You only need to ask once. It doesn't matter whether this is out loud or in your mind, because the universe interprets vibrations, not words. Wow, so I had a different interpretation of this card, but there's no wrong answers when we talk about this stuff. It is talking about what the book meaning is, and I will expand on it. They're talking about the law of attraction. So I know that that is something that a lot of us know now, but if you don't know the law of attraction, literally that's in play all the time. There are laws within the universe that being here, having this experience, this human experience, one of the things that you should know is the laws of the universe. You should also know spiritual principles. These things are going to give you an easier time walking your path, because a lot of us are programmed and we learn to go against these universal laws. And when we go against the laws of the universe, it's like going against the ocean. The ocean will wear you down eventually, and it will win, right? It's the same thing with the universe. There are some laws that are mutable, some laws that are immutable. Some laws can be changed, or you can work with them, right? There's some budge with it. One of those is the law of attraction. The law of attraction literally says is what you think will become your reality. That goes without saying. So a lot of us we are not taught these lessons, right? I didn't learn this until I was 33. So, luckily some of us have different strengths in regards to, and this equates back to human design. Some of us are generators. Some of us, it's just we're made up differently, right? Some of us possess more energy than others. It just depends, right? Going back to being an old soul, stuff like that, right? But I think what they want to get your attention to right now is that they're trying to teach you guys how to manifest properly and appropriately. You guys could be asking over and over again. We don't need to do that. You only need to set your intentions, and then you have to match the vibration of what you're calling in. So I always say it like this: if you're in a lower vibration than what you're calling in, you're never going to receive it. Also, what you're asking for. You could be asking for a Ferrari over and over again, but do you really need a Ferrari? No. And how much does it take to get to keep up that Ferrari? Maybe you're asking for a relationship, but you're not ready for the relationship. And God or Spirit, they're going to bring you a beautiful person. They're going to bring you someone, and you're going to end up losing them within a month or two, or maybe even 6 months, as opposed to you guys getting better first and then calling that in. Are they allowing that person to come in? And then you guys can grow and live the rest of your life with that person. See, they don't want you to mess it up because they're able to see the higher perspective, right? So you have to remember that there's a lot more going on within just receiving me putting my intentions out there and then receiving it. There's a lot that goes within it. Also, the law of vibration, when we're utilizing that law, there are many things that you have to do. You have to believe it's true. You also have to be in high vibrations. You also have to be grateful. There's different things that you can do to bring your manifestation in. Now I'm giving a masterclass almost, but let's digress. I do feel like you guys are learning how, because it almost seems like the Matrix up here when you see this. So I feel like you guys are breaking out of that, and you guys are learning that you have all this power. Congrats, you guys. It's a good place to be in. Let's pull one card from Light White Oracle. Spirit, can you give me one card? These cards are new, so it's like they slip. Spirit, what else do you have? That's why I'm licking my fingers. Damn, 4 of them came out. That's too many. I'm going to take the first one on top, and it's Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. So you guys might like bears, or you've been seeing bears. One is that you guys can resonate with the spirit of the bear. Now, remember when I said past life regressions? I resonate with having a past life as being a turtle, a sea turtle. Maybe you guys have had a past life where you guys were a bear. I also have. I feel like in a past life I was either eaten by a bear or that I was a bear. And you might be asking yourself, how is that possible? I feel like in the beginning we could either be a human or we can be a tree. Some of us have different experiences because our soul's asking for different experiences. One of them, I feel like your soul animal or your spirit animal, when it shows up in your reality, whether it's a picture of a bear, maybe you dreamed of a bear, they're trying to bring you information. The spirit animal, the bear, is talking about courage. It's also talking about maybe you need to be in a place of hibernation. Think about how the bear works, right? And it can give you messages. It can empower you. It can give you courage. The bear is persistent. The bear is resilient, right? These are many qualities of the bear. But the Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz, that is a binaural or solfeggio beat. Those are frequencies in which we can heal. So you guys might be listening to different, you guys can get a lot from listening to hertz. One of those hertz right now, your spirit is being called to 396 hertz. So you guys want to go look that up. But I'm going to read the card meaning for it. It says, you're being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life, the divinely ordained time for your liberation. Healing and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. Wow. So you guys are about to receive some abundance. That's amazing. You guys are about to receive some blessings, and it's because you guys are healing guilt and fear. That's amazing, you guys. And remember, guilt and fear stay in the body, and that causes disease. It says the frequency of 396 hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the Universal Mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from the authentic path. But she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore the world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the Divine Mother energy in the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. The inner mother loves enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner Divine Mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand that we need and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than others, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. The nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out, due to the past abandonment and betrayal. Wow. When we are open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most spiritual progress. That guidance may arise as no, or not right now, or yes, and go for it. When we are in the heart, we will clearly sense such guidance and take comfort in it, rather than fight against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running our lives, and instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to go to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement, but also an excess of nervous energy. It helps the mind-body play nicely with each other, support each other rather than opposing each other. Then your mind won't be constantly haranguing, I don't even know how to say that word, haranguing your body, haranguing. It's probably not something good, right? Leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy, or even angry and rebellious. In these and other ways, the 396 hertz frequency helps reconcile the push-pull of competing interests, integrating awareness in our heart and providing a clear pathway to a transcendent resolution where all is working for the one higher purpose. This frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. I told you guys it's the spirit animal. It's your guys' spirit animal. Spirit bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of body and mind. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit bear brings the comfort and encouragement to follow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave of renewal, safe from predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there is a tremendous healing force awakening. Give it time and space, and it needs to do its best work for you. Wow. So this is a beautiful time for you guys, Aries. It's been a beautiful read, you guys. We also have the Sacred Scar, but we're not going to get into that, you guys. You guys are in this beautiful awakening process. I would look into 396 hertz. Go listen to it, you guys. You guys are in this place where you are restoring parts of your life, and I feel like you guys are healing guilt and fear, and I do feel like you guys are going to have blessings come in. That's amazing. And two, your perspective is clearing up and it's getting better. You're looking at life from a new vantage point. There's a difference between this card color and this card color, right? Your perspective is starting to change. It's because of your soul growth and the healing that you guys are doing. I'm going to leave you guys reading there. That was a lot. So you guys give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Help my channel grow. And I'll catch you guys in the next reading.